What's going on, beautiful and exotic women of the world? Today, I want to talk about how we need to start being comfortable with the fact that we will not fit in just any room, okay? People will show you that you don't belong somewhere by how they react to your presence, by how they behave when you are around them. And this topic was inspired by a creator on here called Queen House in Winter. Shout out to her. When it comes to beautiful women, we have to understand that we have to treat ourselves like exclusive, precious cargo everywhere we go and only allow elevated experiences. Yes, you may want to be around your family because they're your family, but is it smart to go and hang out around them all the time when you know you get around that cousin or that aunt or that grandma or that toxic mother or your sister, and every time you come around, they're talking about your weight, your hair, your face, your body. When are you going to get married? This. Oh, when are you going to have a child? That. Or it's snide remarks. It's backhanded compliments. They're throwing jabs at you. They only want you in their presence to perceive you and throw darts at you. At what point do you get up from the table and say, I'm full, I've had enough? Just because they're family is not enough for you to sit there and take abuse off people and have them chip away at your confidence and try to humble you. This is what I mean when I say we need to understand when we are too big for a certain place or space. And yes, ladies, your family can be those people that does not nurture who you are. If you happen to be the quote unquote Beyonce in your family, so you just happen to be that girl who has it all, the brains, the personality, the beauty, the body, you cannot just hang around any family member, because unfortunately, some of our family are permanently stunted. They don't want to grow. They don't want to become better. They don't want to elevate. They don't want to reach the heights that you're reaching. Some of them are very lazy. Some of them are professional victims. Some of them are professional haters. And because they hate on people so much, they can't get any blessings, So how do you look trying to fit yourself into those spaces? Just because they're family, really, that's how shallow we're gonna be. Just because they're family, they're still family. They don't care that they're your family when they're trying to tear down your confidence, when they're trying to destroy your self-esteem, when they're trying to make you second guess every little thing about you. They're not thinking, she's my family, when they're talking about you and gossiping about you right in your face because you choose to keep coming around them and putting yourself in their environment. No. We need to start taking a cue and taking a hint and saying, okay, every time I come around you guys, you can't stop talking about my appearance. You can't stop picking me apart. You can't stop comparing me to yourself. So I have to remove myself, because the only time people behave like this is when they view someone as better than them. Okay, and that's another topic that I want to talk about in this video is we need to be comfortable with being better than. I think this humble conversation is pushed on pretty women and triple threat women and chosen women a lot, because it's meant to make us hush. It's meant for us to feel like we have to tone it down. It's meant to suppress us, right? Be humble because this, that, and the third, or be humble because this could be taken away or that could be taken away. And while that can all be true, that is not up to any of you mother effers, okay? I hate when people try to do that, because that is so manipulative. They're trying to get you to humble yourself in the sight of them, when the scripture literally says, humble yourself in the sight of the Lord. You have no place or position to try to humble me or remind me to humble myself for your sake. I humble myself for the Most High's sake. And how I humble myself for God is between me and the Most High. It has nothing to do with you and appeasing your insecurities or making you feel more comfortable. This is why I'm saying, ladies, we need to start to really lean into knowing that we are better than a lot of things. You are better than those women who, when you walk into that space, they start whispering, they start getting quiet. They want to get all stiff. At first, everyone was joking around and laughing and kumbayaing around the campfire. And then when you walk in, all of a sudden, no one has anything else to say. Everybody wants to be off in little groups. No one wants to bring you into the fold and talk to you about, the things that they were talking about. Why is that? I wonder why. Because they cannot stomach the fact that you are as stunning and as beautiful and as great as you are, and you are in their presence. And if people react like that to you, if people have to try to do little passive aggressive things like exclude you from conversations, ignore you and pretend like you're not there, you are too big for that space. You are too good for that space. And you are most likely better than those people in that space. People don't treat people like that unless they feel genuinely that they are doing something better than them in some area. And when you are a stunning woman who has a great, beautiful, bright light, these people cannot ignore that. And it's uncomfortable for them to sit in your energy and sit in your presence and feel that energy coming off of you and know that there's nothing they can do about it. Some people feel like the only way they can feel better about it is if they try to bully you in passive aggressive, covert ways. And that's where we get a lot of the cattiness, the smear campaigns, the two-facedness, the lying, the rumors. This is all these people can do when there is a big bright light and a beautiful woman in their space. They can't put their hands on you. I talked about this in another video. They can't put their hands on you because then it will be obvious to people around them that they're just a hater. Right? And they also can't tell you, hey, when you come around, you shake the room. You make a lot of our demons stir in our bodies. Our spirits are unsettled when you come around. There's something about you and your beauty that is just not stomachable. I know that's probably not a word, but we're going to make it a word today, okay? They will not tell you those things. They won't. So they have to default to passive aggressiveness, covert attacks, and basically just weird energy that they're spouting at you. And that's why, for your sake, ladies, it's important to know when to get up and leave from certain spaces. You do not have to sit there and deal with that. And I don't know if it's because I'm approaching 30, but I've just become so much more no nonsense about what I tolerate in my life. I literally started saying to myself recently, I literally don't have to put up with this. Like, I'll just say that in my head when I'm experiencing something that's unfavorable or something that I feel doesn't serve me or something that makes me feel less than, it makes me forget who I am. I say to myself, I literally do not have to put up with this. I literally don't have to be here. I literally don't have to feel these feelings right now. And then I take an analysis of what's going on and I adjust. I don't sit there and deal with stuff that I don't have to deal with. We are grown. We have autonomy. Yes, people may talk. Yes, people may lie. Yes, people may perceive and come up with little rumors about, what's going on when you decide to make some type of drastic change, like cut people off or move away from people or stop talking to your family or, you make some type of decision that's selfish or seems selfish to others. It will come with repercussions, but you have to not care. You have to only care about not being in spaces that don't nurture you and not being around people that don't fit who you are. Okay? You need to be around equally yoked people. Same with men. You don't need to be around men that think you're too good for them. If a man ever says you're too good for me, run. Because he's telling you he doesn't have the capacity to be the good man that he needs to be to you because you're a good woman to him. People will tell on themselves, by just being in your presence and marinating in your energy long enough. People will reveal their true nature and reveal their hand to you very, very early on if you pay attention, if you listen hard enough. I just want to reiterate how important it is to remember that arrogance sometimes can be a lifesaver. Arrogance can sometimes be the thing that separates you from the grave. All right? I don't care how extreme I may sound right now, but we see what happens in the world. We know what jealousy, envy, and, people hating on you can lead to. And again, arrogance can sometimes protect you, and in most cases will protect you from people who are not meant for you. People who are meant to be around you will not feel a way when you come around with a full beat face of makeup on and your best outfit and your hair's done and your body's tea. You will know you're meant to be in a space when no one has a negative reaction to you, but they have the opposite reaction. They welcome you with open arms. They compliment you. They tell you how good you look, They invite you places and they want to hang out with you and be around you, despite how brightly you shine your light, despite how beautiful you're showing up in that space. That's how you know those people are for you. That's how you know a space is meant for you to be in. When they nurture your authenticity, when they nurture your beauty and your personality and the things that you have about you that you can't control, like your gifts. If people are making you feel bad for your beauty and your gifts, things you literally cannot control, that should tell you right there the quality of people they are and the fact that you should not be around them because they can't stomach people like you. Clearly you're different. Clearly you're one of a kind. Clearly you're someone that they can't relate to, and you don't need to be around people and be in places that can't relate to you and you can't relate to them. So ladies, drop down in the comment section, let me know your thoughts on just being very choosy and selective about what spaces and places you stay in and the people that you choose to be around. Let me know your thoughts down below on how you protect your energy and protect your essence from people who show you in their behavior and in their energy that they can't be around someone like you because of how great you are. I'll also be leaving my email in the description box so you can share your stories there as well. Have a lovely day, ladies.